Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FPL Mike channel. And as today, here I'm bringing you my Game Week 2 team selection. And as you can probably imagine, there won't be any changes because I'm rolling the transfer this week. So in goal is still Bart Verbruggen. I think he's a really good keeper, but I mean, if you pick the keeper at the start of the season, you're gonna trust him for quite. You need to trust him for a couple of weeks, and because you don't want to waste the transfer on your goalkeeper, so that's why I didn't go for a another change because I kind of regretting not going for Sanchez, but I think it is what it is. I think against Everton away, there's a chance there for a clean sheet for Verbruggen. And backline consists of Murillo, Chris Richards, and Tarkovsky. I put Porro on the bench as well as Ronaldo because I just don't think Porro is gonna keep a clean sheet against City, and I think his attacking potential is going to be limited in that game as well. So that's why I didn't went for Pedro Porro there. And for Ronaldo, I just purely don't think and don't see a clean sheet between either of those teams, both Sunderland and Burnley, in that game. So that's why I didn't go for him. But I think at 4.0, he got 90 minutes, which is a positive thing for the upcoming game weeks. So which I'm quite happy with him in my team. Of course, Murillo and Chris Richards play each other. I would expect a 0-0 between them. And I think with the potential of both of these teams, I think both of these players can ramp up the defensive contribution points this week because I think Palace attack is underrated. Similar thing to the Forest attack because of they haven't scored in the preseason and everybody underlooked them. So that's why nobody went for Chris Wood really at the start of the season, and bang bang, he got 2 goals, and Forest win 3-0 and against Brentford, right? Yeah, I think it's against Brentford. So I think it's good for DC points, but I'm not sure if it's good for clean sheet. But you got premium defender, that's why you put them here. They got DC points, they could get goals, that's why they're in there. And similar reason with James Tarkovsky. He got the DC points for me last game, and he missed extremely incredible close shot against Leeds. Rank up 15 DC, which is as expected. Before the season start, he's the DC monster in the back line. So no, there's no doubt that Tarkovsky is going to be in the team. And then into the midfield, new boy Florian Wirtz still got my trust. I think you need to give him time to adapt the Premier League. And the next two, although the next two fixture does not look quite good, but I do still have trust in him because this caliber of a player just need like a single one or two, those points that can show off their talent. So for me, Wirtz is of course playing, and he's expensive. He's 8.5 million, so there's no reason to play him. So for the eighth attacker of this week, for the seventh attacker this week, I'm actually quite struggling between whether to go for Dewsbury Hall or Nicholas Fulkrug. I went for Dewsbury Hall at the moment just because I think his minutes is probably more guaranteed than Fulkrug. Although they all play 90 minutes, but they do have Callum Wilson for West Ham on the bench. And Fulkrug, his physique is not last season his physique is not that good, so that's why I went for Dewsbury Hall. Again, Brighton is not a defensive team, so that's why I expect Everton to put a goal or two in their net. That will hurt Butler Bruggen, of course, but if that means Dewsbury Hall score a goal, of course I'm willing to do that. So that's why I play him as well. It looks like he is going to be quite tough to rank up the DC points, which is quite expected because last game he's in that number 10 role, and let's see if that changes this game because of Jack Grealish have trained with the team for a week, and let's see if that will have any impact on Dewsbury Hall's position and what potentially we're gonna do to Dewsbury Hall later on in the future. And of course, Ismail Assar is still in. With the departure of Eze to Arsenal, I expect him to take in more of a advanced role or more of a core in that front court offense. I think him and Mateta will still produce pretty good value, but of course, leave of Eze will cause a bit of an issue in Palace front court offense, or just their overall offense, because Eze is such a talented player and he's such a creative player that when he left, I kind of doubt the front court offensive system will collapse. So that's my worry point. But I think with a negotiation of El Kanosi, they've got Devaney off the bench. Look out on Devaney, because if he starts, he's a regular 4.5 million midfielder that start in that number 10 position. So keep an eye on that. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with Assar, and they've got pretty great upcoming fixtures. So you got Forest at home, Villa away, Sunderland home, and West Ham away in the next 4, which is pretty good. And of course, Cole Palmer is still in after disappointing game week 1. As I said in the early thoughts video, that if his position remains the same, then I might have to consider moving to a different player. Whether that's Bruno Fernandes against Burnley in game week 3 or someone else. Maybe I remove Palmer and get Haaland in. I think that could be the answer of this FPL season, is you got both Salah and Haaland instead of Salah and Palmer, which will work. But for now, Palmer is still in the team. And I think against West Ham, who conceded 3 against Sunderland, is a pretty good fixture, and we'll give Palmer another chance to see what's going to happen. And of course, Salah is going to be the captain for me this week. You play Newcastle 17 times. I believe he got 10 goals and 8 assists. I still remember the last game he played against Newcastle, which is last season. It ends up in a 3-3. I didn't captain him, and I got punished. He got 2 points. He got 2 goals and 1 assist. He gives an 18-point haul, which in that game week, I believe I captained Palmer, which only gives me 6 points. And that's a massive hit. And also teaches me the lesson again. Don't ever doubt Salah. If you got him in your team, just always captain him, because you never know what this guy can produce. And with the bits going on in the Newcastle teams, I expect their morale mentality to be downwards a bit. So I think Mo Salah got a really good chance. And again, for me, just always captain Salah if you got him in your team. Well, if you got Haaland, that's another conversation. But if you only got Salah, there's no reason to go for another player. Unless it's Bukayo Saka, but I still prefer Salah because of his ability to do some amazing stuff, just in general. And frontline consists of Ollie Watkins and Strand Larson. Again, similar situation with Palmer. Give Ollie Watkins another few chances because he played really good last season in that game week 3 to 6 period. And they've got amazing fixtures until game week 7. So there's zero chance for me to sell Ollie Watkins at this moment. So he's still in the team. And for Larson as well, as the only number 9 Wolves have, he's guaranteed start. Huang Hee-chan might come into play like the 80th minute, like what we see last game. But there is rumor about Newcastle getting one of Larson or Hee-chan, which is a good thing in both sides. If Huang Hee-chan left, Larson could get up to 90 minutes per game. And if Larson went to Newcastle, then you're going to see a new 6.5 million forwards for Newcastle, which is normally you don't see that in a top 6 or top 8 club even. Because we know Sheshko is 7.5, you see Watkins is 9, Ekitike is 8.5, Gyökeres is 9. So if Larson went to Newcastle, a 6.5 million Newcastle forward is going to be quite fantastic. But you got to beware of the competition if Vizza also come. what they're going to do over there as well. So keep an eye on that. But for now, Larson seems secure for me. His minutes are secured. He's got good goal threats. He potentially, again, on penalties. We got to wait and see that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with my team. As you again, 44 points last season, last game week 1. Not ideal whatsoever, but it can't get any worse from this point, innit? It's hard to get below 7.4 million. I'll say that. I have to get another stinker this week, which I could have, but I believe that this team is not a team where you're gonna get back-to-back stinkers. Yeah, and that will conclude today's video. I hope you guys have a great game week 2, and hope everybody a good luck. And I'll see you guys after the game week. Thank you very much. And please don't forget to leave a comment and like the video, and subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Bye.